Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's section. So we're going to have a hands-on demo on how to use Mendeley in your references to sites within your write-ups, your research writing, your manuscript drafting, your thesis writing, and any technical documentation or writing projects that you've been engaged in. You could actually use Mendeley not only to cite and to reference, but you can also use Mendeley as your library to archive your PDF document, your references, and relevant sources and literatures. So let's delve into it. Can you all see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me know in the chat. Okay. So these are just flyers we designed for the section. So you don't need to do anything about them. So essentially, we'll be taking you through how to use Mendeley for your citations and also for your references. It will be a hands-on section, like I mentioned earlier. It's not going to be a tourist. There'll be no PowerPoint presentation. The only PowerPoint projection we see is the flyer here. So let me stop the sharing and then I'll project simply my interface for the Mendeley and then we start. Those of you who do not have the Mendeley already installed, I will encourage you to follow me in the next jiffy. In the next moment, I'll take you through how to go to the website of Mendeley, assess which version is compatible with your machine, and then install. You download, install, and activate so that we can follow the session. Thank you. So this is going to be the interface of my Mendeley software. Mendeley. Okay. If you can see my screen, let me know. Okay, so here's my Mendeley. Before we do that, let me project to show you how you can actually download and install the Mendeley software on your PC or on your machine if you do not have it yet. If you can see my screen. So this is my browser. Actually move this to here. So let's look for Mendeley. I click here into my browser. I type Mendeley, and then the reference manager will come automatically. I click enter, and it will take me straight away. I click here to take me to the Mendeley website itself. This training is being recorded, so to be uploaded onto our YouTube platforms for you to have access to. So once you come to the Mendeley website, this is how the interface looks like. This is how the interface of Mendeley looks like. You have the Mendeley icon or the logo here, and then the pricing. So Mendeley is essentially have two versions, the premium version and also the freemium version. Importantly, most of us use the free version. The reason being that the premium version is restricted to only institutional and organizational clients. And you and I, I'm not sure at our individual level, now part of the whole, we can afford the licenses for the premium version. However, the features for the premium version are not that different from the freemium version. The only thing that makes the premium version quite special is that you have an unrestricted access to customer service where the developers can help you resolve any other issues. So if you do not have the premium version, do not worry. Whatever you can find the premium versions is also available in the premium version. When you click on the pricing, let's see what is here. Okay. It asks you to unlock free access and all that. So these are the premium versions. It's not even that expensive anymore. I think they've reduced it now. It's $4, almost $5 per month. Let's yearly and see. So the year you have to pay $55 for it as an individual. Those days it was just for premium users, which were restricted to institutions and organizations. And we have the Pro and the 165. So I don't see much difference, just that we have higher storage limit, like 5 gig storage for the $55 per year. And here, 110, you have 10 gig, and I think 165, which is the last plan, you have unlimited storage size that you can use actually. And then Mendeley has also embedded AI into their products. And so with the premium versions, you have unlimited access to the AI feature. Now let's look at the features. So the features are what we'll be seeing in the Mendeley library itself. I wouldn't want to bore you, so you can actually create your library and build your library within Mendeley. You can read and annotate PDF document within Mendeley. You can also organize your literatures and your resources that you organize with the Mendeley library. You can cite as you write in word processor or any word processing application that you use, whether you use IOX, you use MX Windows, whichever, but you can actually cite Mendeley to cite the document. And then you can use the Mendeley AI to actually extract relevant information from document that you have archived within your library in the Mendeley. And now I'll leave this side when we get to the Mendeley, and then I'll take you through all the core features. And then there's a search here where you could actually use to search for specific documentations or specific information within Mendeley. Library, like I mentioned, is the Mendeley library itself. So that's not what we are interested in. So we'll go back. What we are interested in is this one, download Mendeley for free. When you click on download Mendeley for free, Mendeley will actually reveal this portal for you and then give you the options to choose which of the Mendeley versions is compatible with your machine. Mendeley also have the ability to detect which machine automatically you are using. And so, for instance, it has detected I'm using Windows. So Windows is the one that is highlighted for me to download. Of course, I've already downloaded it. I'm not going to download it. If you do not see your version, come down, you will see other systems. You have Mendeley Reference Manager for Mac OS, Mendeley Reference Manager for Linux. Let me say that Mendeley have 2 main versions. The older version, what you call the Mendeley Desktop. Xavier has, which is the owner and the developer. They've retarded that. That works offline and online. In other words, you can work with it without necessarily being connected to the internet. But the new version that they keep on developing, adding more features, and making it more seamless and modern, is the Mendeley Reference Manager. You need internet at all times to use the software. Okay. Now let's go back. So once you click on download, save it to your desktop or to a folder or on your PC, your local environment, and then click on it to install and follow the prompt to activate it. So that's how to install Mendeley. Now let's go back to the Mendeley software itself. So this is when I have already installed my Mendeley software, okay? So when you come here on the right side, what you call the right features, yes, the right features, the middle features, and the left features, and also all the filters, the left filters, the center filters, and the right filters. Now let's see the filters here. The first icon we see is the Mendeley logo. When you click on the 3 dots here, the 3 bars here, it's actually a bar that is used to represent or to showcase your library. The library is the bigger container within your Mendeley that houses all your information. So everything here is called library. Okay, so you create a library. You know, a library have different shelves. different cabinet within the library. It's the same concept that Elsevier used to develop the Mendeley product. And then when you come here and within this library, you can create different folders, you can create different groups, what they now call collections. You can create different, collaborative platforms and save your document and start working on it. And then when you come to the next icon here, which is the box icon here with the stars within the middle, is actually the notebook. The notebook actually helps you to document the information that you have extracted from your document that have been saved within your library or folders within your library. And then you can actually make use of this in your writing, or you can download them and use them in your writer. Okay. Now, when you come here, you see this sign, okay, the up and down sign here. It's actually referred to as the sync sign. The sync sign is simply the synchronization. That helps you, like I mentioned earlier, Mendeley have two forms, the offline form, the offline library, and the online library. So the synchronization helps you to be able to sync whichever version you are working on now, to synchronize it with the second version. So now I'm working on it on my PC. So it's both online and offline. So whatever else I'm doing on my local PC, once I click on synchronize, it will synchronize it with my cloud account. Okay. Now, and the last one had to do with your drag or move. The drag or move, it's not a drag and move, sorry. So this is actually your account and help. So the account and help you to select specifically customize the Mendeley interface. Maybe you want it to appear differently, with different colors, different contrast, and all that. You can use the preferences. When you click on preferences, you can use that here. You will see formatted watch folder. So the watch folder is actually a folder that makes it easier for you to import materials or PDFs into your Mendeley library. Okay, it's more or less like a one-stop folder that keeps all materials that you have not yet allocated to any folder you have created, or any group or collection you have created on your Mendeley library. So all of them will be on your watch folder. Now, when you go to the watch folder, you can reorganize them into different folders that you have created to serve the relevant purposes. And then you can also change the formatted citation styles here. And your groups, the groups that I told you about, that you can even do teamwork here. So it helps you to collaborate with your team members. You can choose a folder here to put that. So that is it about the reference, the preferences. There are others like the keyboard shortcut. You can actually save specific shortcuts on your keyboard that helps you to use Mendeley using your keypad on your PC, for instance. The account setting, you can make specific settings, changes to the settings of your account. And the privacy settings, as you know, is how to do with the confidentiality and all that. And then you can actually finish specific support in terms of the usage of your software. You can actually click here and to reach out to Mendeley and they'll respond. And then you can also decide to give them a voluntary feedback that will help them improve on the software. You can decide to sign up from the account. Okay. Now let's come to the second layer of the left filter. You can see here on top here, the Mendeley Reference Manager, which is the brand name. Okay, file. When you click on file here, have two main functions. It helps you to export your archived literature in compatible format for use, either on different applications or in the same Mendeley application on different machines or different locations, or even share with colleagues. And then the watch folder, like I mentioned to you, just how it appears here. I won't really want to belabor this. And then we have the edit. Okay, the edit helps you to use the cut, copy, paste, and select all functions that we use Word or in the word processor in Mendeley. And then we have the tool. The tool actually helps you to do 4 things. One is help you to install the Mendeley Web Importer. The Mendeley Web Importer is the add-on, is a browser add-on that helps you to extract or import references directly into your Mendeley library without downloading them. You don't need to download the PDF onto your PC before importing them into your Mendeley library. So the Mendeley web importer, once you install, you click on install, it will install it directly. I've already installed it, so I'm not going to click on it. To install it directly onto your browser. And let me say that they have specific browser that it is compatible with. It's compatible with Google Chrome, Firefox, Edge, for instance. I use Microsoft Edge. So, and yeah, some of these popular browsers in the search engines compatible with most of them. And then the Mendeley Word Insight or Mendeley Cites for Microsoft Word help you to cite references that are archived or saved within the Mendeley library in your Word document. So once you click on install it install this in your Word document. But it's always advisable when you are installing this, do not open any word processor or any Word document. Close all Word document before you click on it to install it. And then it helps you to also search for articles online. Maybe you are working and you feel that now some articles are too old, you need to replace them with current one. You can use this to actually search within your Mendeley library without necessarily opening a browser on your PC. And then you can search those articles and add them and help you to cite within your document. And lastly, you can also use it to check for duplicates of materials that have been saved within your library. Last feature here is help. The help does the same, almost the same function as what we saw in your account and help. Okay, it helps you to give feedback to Mendeley, provide support to Mendeley, keep a log file of your materials, and then familiarize yourself with the terms and conditions of the software usage. Revisit the privacy policy of the software, and it can help you to also reset the menu. What I mean by reset is that it will take you back. It will reset the software to factory settings, to its original settings. Okay, in case maybe if there's a problem with your account and you don't want to uninstall it, you can use that to reset it. Now, let's look at the detailed filters, which are the most important filters within the Mendeley, what we call the center filters. So we have one, add references. So the first one is you're going to add reference. So there are about 6 different ways you can add references or document in your Mendeley library. Okay. The first one is you can import PDF document. I will advise that you always save the document that you want to import or to archive in your Mendeley library in PDF format. It doesn't mean that Mendeley cannot accept other formats of document or sources. It can. However, the algorithm is built to work better and seamless with PDF formatted document. So always make sure you convert all your document into PDFs. Okay. So you can import files, you can even import folders, you can also import libraries into your Mendeley document, into your Mendeley library, sorry. So the first one, we are going to import a file from our desktop into a Mendeley. Before you do that, you should have created a Mendeley group or Mendeley folder within you. So let's do that first. We'll come back to this one, okay? So here, all references refer to references that are available or you have saved or imported into your Mendeley library without you, whether they are in different folders or not. You can find all of them here. And recently added are the ones you added recently, could be the last 1 week. And then those you are read will fall under this one. These folders are created automatically. You don't have control over it. I don't know if you can delete them. Let me see if you can delete them. You cannot delete them because they are inbuilt, they are default, so you cannot delete them. Okay? You can actually not delete them. Then the favorite, it's your start references. Maybe there's a master reference that we really want to be making reference to at all times. So you start these references. In other words, you prioritize them. Okay. So once you start them, they all come under your favorite references. As you can see, I have only 2 star references in my library. And then you have also contributed to scholarship or to knowledge. So any document that has your names and is available to the Mendeley database, it will automatically be archived under my publications. I didn't give it the name. This also came from Mendeley automatically. So this one actually archived your own work. So it even helps you to track your own research progress, your own contribution to scholarship. And then the unsorted references are the references that you have not yet organized into specific folders or specific collections. Okay? So any material that you are yet to organize into specific folders or relevant groups or collections, they'll all be archived in the unsorted file or unsorted folder, sorry. The last but not the least here is duplicate. So duplicate here actually assemble all documents within your library that are duplicate of each other. So here, if I come here, you can see all the duplicate. You can actually click, okay, to see each of them, and then you judge which one you want to retain and which one you want to discard. So when you click on the three dot here, actions, okay, so either you want to keep the first one, you want to move it to the trash. Okay, so maybe I want to move only this one, so I move this one to the trash. I'm only left with one. The same thing here. If I come here, maybe I want to retain this, okay? And I go to OK. And then I delete the rest of it. So that is how to use the duplicate to ensure that documents within your library are not duplicating themselves and not wasting time. And then when it comes to the trash refers to documents that you have discarded that are either they are duplicate or they are not relevant, no longer relevant for you. So when you come here, you can either delete them permanently or you restore them to their original locations. I want to delete them permanently. So I click on delete permanently to clear them. So my trash can is actually empty now. Okay. Now let's look at collections, the folders that I mentioned earlier. The folders in the older version is called folders, but in the newer version, the Mendeley Reference Manager is referred to as collections. Collections simply means folders. So if you look through here, these are a number of folders or different projects that I've worked on. So every folder here represents a project that I have worked on. Okay. We actually created this last week for the training. We created a folder here that I would like us to use today. We created this as for our training purposes. Mendeley. I hope I've not deleted it. Okay, actually change it. So let's create a new one. So this is how to create a folder. You just click here, come down here, you see create collection. Okay, if I'm using the old one, it has to be create folder, and then you create it. So maybe Mendeley. Let's create a folder and name Mendeley Training. Mendeley Training 2026. And then you just click on enter or you click on this mark arrow here and then you created it here. So when you open it here, you can see that this folder is empty. So now we have to organize document into this folder that we have created. And the last but not the least here is the group, where I said you can actually engage in collaboration. You can collaborate with your friends. So here too, you click on create a group and then you give it a name. Then you archive document that you are working on a joint project and invite your colleagues who are working on that same project, okay, to have a look at the document. So when any of you annotate any document to be available within this group on the library, so you can all have access to it. Now, we've selected this one, this folder, Mendeley Training 2026. So let's see how we can upload document into it. So we want to add references, import file. Let's try to import a file. Okay, maybe I don't import a file. I have the file stored here. So the first one out, maybe I need this one. Okay, so this is the PDF. You can import multiple documents, for instance. You can select multiple. So this is one. So I just go to open and you see it. And to be uploading here, to giving you the status, the progress. Okay, give you the size of the document, which is 2.8 megabyte. So you can see here it's already uploaded. Like I say, you can upload, import multiple documents. So maybe I want to import more documents at once instead of importing them one by one. I can come here, click on this, you put your hand on the control cursor, and then you select as many documents as you can, and then go to open, and then you import into your Mendeley library. So this is how to use the import a file to import document into your Mendeley library. The next is you can import a folder. Okay, so maybe this is a folder. You have a folder that you have stored a number of PDFs. Okay, PDFs on your desktop, and you want to import. Okay, so let me go to desktop. Maybe I want to import this folder, for instance. Okay, so maybe this is the folder. Let me see this one. I don't have any. Okay. So maybe I want to import this folder. I just click on the folder and import. So any document within this folder, it will import all of them into your library, into your Mendeley library. Okay, so you can see all the documents there, whether they are in Word or they are in PPT or they are in Excel, they are all imported. Even though I told you the most compatible format Mendeley works with is PDF, you can actually accept all other formats as well. But preferably, I recommend you import only PDF document. You can see there are a number of documents within this folder. It was imported everything within it. The next is once you have imported, so maybe this one, somebody have sent you a list of references that you have used in a document you guys are working on, and the person sent you the reference list in a reference format. So it could be in bibliotext. Bibliotext is also another reference management software. So this format is actually compatible with Mendeley. So anybody who sent you a file in Mendeley can actually use Mendeley to read them. Mendeley will render it readable so that you can fetch the details and make any customization you want to make to it. You also want to import EndNote file. EndNote is one of the most popular reference management software, which is owned and developed by the major publisher, Springer Nature. Okay, so anybody who sends you an XM file in EndNote, you can actually also use Mendeley to make it readable or open it. And RX file, Research Information System, is also compatible with Mendeley. So any file you have in this format, a reference file you have in this file, you can actually use Mendeley to make them readable. So let me see if I have any file like that. So bibliotext, I think my colleague Rasto sent me a document recently. Let me look for the folder. Academic writing. Yeah, so this is the file. He sent me library.bib, bibliotext. Okay, so when I open here, so this is a number of references he shared with me. Mendeley will make it readable and import them into my Mendeley folder. So I can make it see, you can see a number of duplicates here because I've already imported this library into this list of references into a folder already in my library. So it has detected them. Okay. So it's prompting me whether I want to review them. When I click on review to show all of them, those that are duplicate, whether I want to retain them or I want to delete them. So that is how to use these three features to import Mendeley materials into your library. Now, the last but not the least, you can set up a watch folder. Okay, a watch folder, like I mentioned, it makes import into your Mendeley library quite seamless. So documents that are added to the watch folder will be added into your library automatically as soon as you are online. In other words, they serve like an escrow of your document to your for instance. So you can actually create that folder on your laptop. So anytime you save any document on that laptop, okay, and maybe you don't have the internet, once you get to a place where there's an internet, all those documents will automatically be uploaded into your Mendeley library. That's what we refer to as a watch folder. So, and that's one way to add references to your Mendeley library. Last but not the least, you can actually enter your references manually. Maybe there's a document that is published in a local journal or in a local outlet. It's not yet digitally available. So, but then you have the hard copy and you have cited it, use information to want to cite it. So first of all, get the name, the digital identifier. It could be a DOI, that's a digital object identifier, or the IXBN if it's a book. If it's published in PubMed or the medical science, we have the PubMed ID. And then if it's a preprint, you have the preprint ID. So you put the ID here, and then you select the type of document it is. There are 1,000 types of document it is here. The bill is the book, is the book section, the book chapter, is the case studies, the computer program, the conference proceeding, an encyclopedia article, is there a film, a journal article. Oh, select journal article. When you select journal article, these are the essential information that will pop up for you to fill. Okay, so the title of the paper you want to enter, the document you want to cite, the authors, and you can add as many authors here as possible. And then the title of the journal or the name of the journal, the year of publication, the pages where this can be seen, and the volume and the issue number of the journal, the month it was released, the date it was published, and the abstract, okay, of that paper. And once you click on add entry, it will automatically add it to Mendeley library. The last but not the least is you can actually drag and drop, okay, document from your desktop or from your local machine into your Mendeley library. So for instance, this is it. I'm dragging this document, okay, into my document. So just click on it, lower your screen, and then I drag it. So you drag and you drop it. I drag it from my desktop and I drop it into my Mendeley folder. And it's automatically uploaded into my Mendeley. The last way to import materials into your Mendeley library is to use the Mendeley web importer, where you don't want to download the document, okay, but you want to access the document directly from online or from the publisher into your library. Okay, so this is how to go about it. You open your let me stop sharing so that you can see my screen. So I can see my browser. Okay, download Mendeley. Okay, so now we are in my browser. So research on climate smart culture in West Africa. Climate smart. So these are documents I want research. I'm looking at climate smart in West Africa. Okay. I click here and I search for the document. Can you see my screen? Okay, let me take this question. So yes, Mendeley can both be used for referencing and citation. At the same time, it can also be used as a document management software. The reason I'm saying that is that you can actually use it to archive all your PDF document and all your sources without necessarily saving them into your local PC. Okay, so it saves you a lot of thousands of spaces that you will have. You have to invest, okay, to expand on your local PC. So if you don't want to keep a lot of things, document on your PC, use Mendeley to manage this document. Beyond that, Mendeley can also be used. Mendeley is also designed as a social networking platform for researchers, where you have the groups for collaborations, where you can collaborate with your colleagues. And then it also serves as a database. You can actually publish your database within Mendeley. And once your document is published, Mendeley you can also archive it. And once you archive it in Mendeley, it's available online to all users on the Mendeley platform, on Mendeley community. So this is a document I'm searching for. Okay, there's a paper here, Nature. Maybe this one will be interesting. So let me click on it. So I click on it. Okay, I can see that this this work was published in 2025, which looks in West Africa. Exactly. So this a document I'm looking for. Maybe I want to import it into my Mendeley library without necessarily downloading. Here I can download. I don't want to waste space on my laptop. So because I've already installed and activated the Mendeley Web Importer in my browser, I click on extension and I look for the Mendeley Web Importer, which is here. I click on the Mendeley Web Importer. I log into my Mendeley library because it's been quite a while I use it, so it's asking me to log in for security reasons. So it's logging in into my online Mendeley platform. And then I can use this to fetch the Mendeley software into, the paper into my Mendeley software. But I just do not want to save it into the Mendeley. I want to save it to a specific folder within a Mendeley library. So I click here. Well, it's selected link. This is not what I want. I want it to be saved in. And I look out for the folder that I've created now, the folder that we created now, which is the Mendeley training. I can actually search here instead of me scrolling manually. So Mendeley training 2026. So this is a folder. I click on the folder and I go here, add. Once I click on add, automatically, Mendeley is adding, okay, it's adding the paper to my library. It's still adding, okay? So once it has been added, so once you see this, Mendeley is telling you, you can actually open, okay, view this PDF in the library, in the Mendeley library. The PDF has been saved. In other words, it's available. So you can actually download, view, and annotate it within your Mendeley library and can be cited, which is in your Mendeley library. So this is how to use a Mendeley Web Importer to import document into your library. I think I'll end here. Maybe subsequently when we meet, I'll take you through how to use Mendeley to cite in your Word document. Other than that, if you want, we have some time. How much time is left? Let me see if we have much time left. Okay, let me show you how to use it in Word and then take it out from there. Mendeley. Okay. No, before I need to open a Word document. So this is a work. I open my Word document. Let me share so that you can all follow. Okay, so it's a Word document I'm working on, and I want to cite my references. So once I open a Word document like this, okay, maybe I want to cite. So you click on references, okay, in your word processor. I'm using Office 365. So depending on the version you use, click on references. You can see the Mendeley icon. I click on the Mendeley icon here and it will open to the right side of the document. So we are going to have two columns within the Word document. Let's give it a few minutes to open. Okay, good. Now it has opened. So you can see here, the first feature here is Mendeley references. References here highlight the materials that are available in your different folders in your Mendeley library. I go to citation settings so that we can make specific settings. There are two key changes we can make in citation settings. Change the citation style or change the language of the citation. And once you've made that settings clear in your Word document and in your Mendeley software itself, automatically the Mendeley Cite, that's opened, embedded in Word document will actually show that, as can be shown here. Okay, so you cannot change the language here because I've already told it that this is a language that I want the Mendeley to be readable in my word processor. Citation style. So if you want to change the citation, you click on change citation style. So I can change the reference style for me. You can see a number of reference style here, APA 7th edition, animal science. You can actually search for specific journal style. Okay, and all that. Maybe I want to do it in agronomy for sustainable development. I click on use this style. Okay. Or maybe I don't want it. I want to use the APA 7th edition. I click on APA style 7th edition. So that's how to select style within your Mendeley library. And you can see the synchronization library here. So I can synchronize it with your Mendeley online library. So once I synchronize, everything changes. Everything is I'm making here is synchronized with the one in the cloud. You see the 3 dot here. The 3 dot here help you to do 2 or 3 things. If you have a number of references that are duplicating, or are similar, it will help you to either merge them so that you delete the duplicate. They will pop up here automatically. And the most important function here is the to function. You use it to insert your bibliography. The bibliography is your list of citation or list of references at the end of your document. And then the more options here helps you to get into the Mendeley settings itself. You can manually, update the bibliography, the account, your profile. You can sign up, seek for support, report an issue, and learn about the Mendeley software itself. Now let's go back here. So because you created different folders within your Mendeley library, you have to search for the folders in which this document you're working on have all the relevant documents you've saved for them. So you go to all references here and then you select. Remember that we save the folder for this training as Mendeley training. So we look for the Mendeley training. You can actually also search automatically instead of scrolling manual like I'm doing. So you click on Mendeley Training 2026 and it will show forth all references, that have been archived in this folder. So these are the references. Now maybe you want to insert your reference here. So you put your cursor behind the position where you want this reference to be inserted. You can cite single references, you can cite multiple references. I want to cite this one. So I click on this because my cursor is already in the document. And you can see down here, insert one citation because I've cited one citation. And it gives you an automatic preview, of how it's going to read, Tambo Rita 2025. Or it also gives an option if you are not too sure or you mistakenly selected the wrong reference, you can cancel it so you do the right thing. I've gone through it, I've screened through it, and I review it. I think it's the right thing. So I insert the reference. And it's inserted at the position where my cursor was placed. Maybe here I want to insert more than one reference. I come back here. You can actually scroll down like this or search. Or I want to search. So if you remember the title or even the surname of one of the authors, just enter. Or if you use the tags within the Mendeley to save them, you can actually use that to search for the references in your Word document for citation purposes. So I click on CG, I write on CGI8R. So I'm looking for CGI8R document that I've saved. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for climate smart, another one. Maybe I'm looking for West Africa. West Africa as another document. Type West Africa, Africa as one of the documents again. So you can see continental artificial intelligence strategy. So we can see I've selected 3 documents. Because my cursor is already here, I go to insert the 3 citations. The 3 citations are cited automatically here. One of them have an incomplete, 2 of them actually have incomplete metadata. So what you need to do now is to go to your Mendeley library and edit them. The year is not ended. One of them does not have the names of the authors, rather have the names of the institution. Okay, so you can now go back to your Mendeley library and do that editing, and it automatically reflect in your Word document. Now, let's see how you can actually insert your reference list or list of references. So place the cursor at the end of your document. So you go to the three, remember the three dot to the right side, the extreme right side. You click on the three dot and you click on insert references, bibliography. And then to ask you to ensure that you are sure of the instructions you are giving it. Yes, I'm going to ask Mendeley to continue because I've confirmed, I reviewed and confirmed that this is the action I want it to take. So I click on continue. And automatically insert your reference list. So this is your reference list. And you can edit as you want it. Maybe I don't want the bold. So I come here, I unbold it. I want to justify it. I justify it here. Okay. I want to decrease the font size. I decrease the font size. You can also respace it here, close the spacing. Okay. Now, maybe you want to do an extensive manual edit. So you want to do the control content. The control content is actually the synchronization link to your library. So all the references, because you are using the software, is linking them into your Mendeley folder. Okay. So because I want to do an extensive changes to this, the final version, I want to remove the content control so that it is not linked to my library. So that anytime I update the software, the document within my folder, it will not reflect here in my document. So you can actually click here, you right click here, and then you look for remove control content. And once you remove the control content, you can edit this references automatically. Manually. You could also use this to do same within the in-text citations that we did earlier on. Okay, so this is how to use Mendeley citation in your writer. Any questions? That I will go back to the Mendeley library. And then I can show you the last things there in the relief. So the last things here I'd like to show you in the Mendeley library is how to edit specific PDF document. So here we saw that when we're citing, a number of information was mixing from this document. So now let's activate the other features. So once you click on it, or you double click on the software, on the PDF document, it should pop up. The PDF is not available. Once the PDF is not available, okay, it's open, it's available. So you can use this to edit the information here. And then when you open here, you can see it's open. You can see all these icons, they all have purposes. Okay, this icon is used to select and to highlight specific section within the document. So you can select the text, you can highlight the text here, you can actually color it in a different way. And then we have the pencil. The pencil can also help you to write, okay, to highlight, you underline, and different sections of the document. And this one helps you to take notes. So this is the note taking, the notebook help you to take note. If you want to write an extensive note on this title, click on the note and then you can write a detailed note on it so that you can use that in your writer as insight. And I want to highlight different sections with different colors. There are variations of colors. You can use the yellow, green, red, a number of the colors here that are your favorite. Click on them and use whichever you want to customize it. And then these are the arrows of the back or forth arrows that you can use to actually navigate through the document. Different sections of the document. So you can see these are the different sections. I don't want that, I want it to come back, so I go back, okay? And then these are the page numbers. You can actually use this one to also navigate through the different pages of the document, okay? And then this one actually helps you to, let me see this one. Okay, okay, this one helps you to resize the interface. whether you want to view it as as a single face or want to use a double column or multiple columns. And then this will help you to resize the interface or the appearance of the document you've opened. This will help you to reduce. This will help you to maximize. This will help you to reverse changes that we have done, undo changes you've done. And then once you've saved your annotated PDF or the note, you can click on this to download them. And then you can use that for your work as well. And you can actually search through this document. Okay, so you can use this here and search to me on the conclusion, search here conclusion. You click enter to take you straight away to the conclusion section. Okay, and then you can use a sticky note to take a note. So this is a bibliometric research, bibliometric study. And then yes, yeah, so that is all. And then you save it. So anytime you click on it, to be here. Okay, this one we didn't write, so we can actually delete this sticky note. Delete this one. Okay, now let's edit the document. So this is the information. You click on information. The info here refers to the information, the metadata. Okay, the accompanying data of the document. That's what we refer to as the metadata. So the metadata of the document. Okay, so when you click on it, those that do not hear, you can see here, these are the key information. There are no author's name, no year, no month, no day, no issue, no journal name, blah, 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 and all that, which means this information was not picked automatically by the authority. Okay? But when we look here, this is the title. So I copy the title. I want to use this to Control C. I copy, and then I want to put the title here. But this is not a title, this is actually a title. So I click on here, and then I paste, and I've gotten the title, this document. Okay. Now, let me go down here. It was published in January 2026. So the year is 2026. Which month? It was in January, so 101. Okay. Which day? Maybe let's go down and see that information. So this is the content of the work. We're looking for the year it was published, the month, the day it was published. I'm not sure we'll have that here. Unless we visit the website of the publisher, which is the CGI. Okay. This is not a journal publication. It's like it's an in-house working document. So it's a working document. So we change the style here, the type of document. So it's a working document, not a journal publication. So we click here, where's working paper. It's a working paper. Okay. And then the number of information we need, I'm not sure we have them in the PDF. But once we know the title, we can go back. So the page numbers, we can get them here, 1 up to 48. Okay. 48. Enter the manual. The institution is the CGIAR. The language is in English. No, that is an issue number. There's no issue number. Okay, the authors. This science metrics report is a report. Okay, Liberia, Elsevier Analytical and Data Services. Okay. So you see, we can click here. So I can take us to the details of the document. Looking for this, so paste the title in the Elsevier portal to search for this. You can't find the results publications. Reports. Okay, so we can get all the information. I'm trying to get the name of the authors, but it's difficult. CGIAR, Science of Food Secure Future. So the authors will be CGIAR. So this is an institutional report. So not individuals. It's an institutional authorship. So CGIAR. Those of you who don't know, CGIAR is the Consultative Group on International Cultural Research. It's a consortium of research, 15 research institutions globally that focuses on using science and technology to secure food security for the world. Okay, so this is how to use the info to edit document within your library. Now, let's look at the annotation. Like I mentioned earlier, the annotation is where you are able to annotate specific sections of the PDF document. So, for instance, this document, we were unable to get the author's name. So maybe if I want here, so I didn't get the author's name. So what we use the sticky note to annotate here will appear here. So those are the annotations. You can write your commentary, you can extract your useful insight for your work. Then you can make them accessible. And you can write a detailed note of it. Many insights. Blah, 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 right there. And last but not the least, the feature I'll show you is the reading assistant. This is a new feature that has been embedded by Mendeley using generative AI could help you to annotate and also extract relevant information from your PDF document within your library. It can actually work with multiple documents. Unfortunately, because I do not have the premium account, I can only use one. Okay, so this one, for instance, let me see. It can help me. They say I've reached the 5, so I can't even use it to show you. Unfortunately, so I've exhausted the trial, the beta trial they gave me. I will make a complaint to the community where I can increase my distance for teaching purposes. So yes, this is how to use Mendeley. If you go to the online library, it's the same format you see, it's the same interface you see as what I showed you. Let me show you in 1 minute and then call it a day. Okay. So this is my library. So I just click on Mendeley Library. I'm going on the online library. Whatever else we did on my PC, it's already synchronized in the cloud account. So this is my cloud account when I open it. You can see here the interface is the same, nothing has changed. And automatically Mendeley will synchronize whatever else I've done in my desktop version. Okay, so you see it has already synced it, synchronized it, which means whatever else we're working on my PC is available in the cloud account. So let's look for the Mendeley training. Okay, so you can see all the informations are here. So it's the same thing. So I wouldn't want to bore you too much with what we've done. So yeah, this is how to use Mendeley to filter your library on specific materials and document, and how to cite it within your Word document. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. I would like to use the opportunity to thank you all for participating. I would also like to thank you for your interest. And also those of you who have invited your colleague and shared it among your networks. I would also like to thank my team, especially Julius and Erastus, my colleague, who has been quite a pillar behind this and making this happen. I will share this in our YouTube channel, and I will share the link to you so that you can have access to it. Those of you who are not yet on our WhatsApp private group, you can DM me or reach out to Erastus or Julius, and then we'll add you to the group. You can also continue to follow us on our social media platforms. And if you need any help, reach out to us. And lastly, we have an upcoming paid mentorship training and mentorship program on academic writing and publishing. We call it the RDC, Academic Writing and Publishing Clinic 2026. We have slot for only 3 people. The slot is almost gone. We have only 3 slots available. So those of you interested, we will share the details on our platforms, and you can sign up. It's a paid section. So yeah, you have a one-on-one section with experts that will be assigned to assist you work to get published. So we thank you and look forward for the next section with you. If you have any question, please put it on our platform, or you can DM me and ask me directly. Respond to them. Thank you very much for coming, and we look forward to see you in our next session.